Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again with another Reddit story for you from the AITA subreddit titled, Am I the Astronaut for Assuming I, 36 Male, Would Still Be the Best Man? In 2021, Peter, 36 male, my best friend since childhood, got engaged and asked me to be the best man at his wedding. In the years since, a lot has happened. He's had a baby, and I separated from my wife, met my girlfriend, Nina, 39 female, found a new job, and moved to a new state. With everything that's happened, communication between us isn't what it used to be, but I definitely have noticed there's been no effort made at all on Peter's side since the move. He hasn't even met my Nina or asked about my new job. This week I received an invitation to Peter's wedding in October. Nina was included rather than being a +1, on which I was actually very appreciative of. To RSVP, there was a wedding website his fiance had made with information about the wedding. One of the sections on the page was Meet the Party, and it had photos of each member of the bridal party along with who they were and how they knew Peter and his fiance. I scrolled past the bridesmaids only to see a photo of Peter's younger brother listed as best man. I'll admit I was very surprised and disappointed. I showed Nina, and she was so angry too on my behalf. So I tried to call Peter, but he didn't answer and instead texted me shortly after asking if everything was okay. By this point, I was really irate and said it wasn't okay and asked when he'd planned to let me know I wasn't the best man any longer. He rang me back and then said he did not want to offend me, but asking his brother seemed to be the best solution since I lived out of state now and we don't talk anymore. I got angry and then pointed out that he was the one to stop reaching out. Isn't that a two-way street though? Then he got defensive and said the last one to make contact was him, and after that, he'd begun to match my effort. And if I didn't like that, then it was my own problem. I'd argue that a true friend, upon not hearing from their supposed best friend for 5 months, would possibly reach out, especially when that friend is undergoing some large life changes. Apparently, Peter didn't agree and said we've just grown apart. But if I wanted to attend the wedding as a guest, he'd still love for me to be there for old time's sake. I declined and said he should tell his fiance to remove our acceptance from her website or however that works. Peter just said, if that's how you want to be. I hung up at that point, and Nina comforted me in my frustration and helped me word a text back to Peter expressing that I was hurt already and that he showed no interest in my life anyway, and to be dropped from the wedding party after only a few months of low contact was unacceptable, and that shows the kind of people he and his future wife are. Peter texted back after a while saying it's gone on a lot longer than that, and that inviting me had just been as a courtesy, but the invitation was rescinded due to my being a raging asshole, which I think is incredibly unfair. Why do you give a shit? You said you didn't want to go. So was I a raging asshole, or am I right to think it is incredibly rude and hurtful of Peter? Oh my God. This is a two-way street, OP. You can't be pissed off at him for not reaching out to you when you didn't reach out to him. And you can't be pissed off about him rescinding his invitation because you already said you were rescinding your RSVP. What is this tit-for-tat, one-up bullshit? Get over yourself, OP. You sat there and stewed this whole time that your friend hadn't reached out. And instead of you reaching out to them, you just chose to be angry that they hadn't reached out to you. Fun fact, I've had this happen to me. I was asked to be the best man at a wedding, and then life went two separate directions, and I get an invitation for the wedding, and I am no longer the best man. And you know what? It didn't hurt my butt at all, because I got it. I'm like, life has gone two different directions. We haven't really talked that much. I get it. Also, that's your choice. It's your wedding. Did not matter.